music.
Welcome to Artist Spotlight. I'm Liv.
And I'm Maisie, and today we'll be talking about rave culture and whether the audience actually think it's to do more with the experience or the music.
Yeah, so I have just noticed a lot when I've been to raves recently how normalised it is to take drugs. Don't know if everyone else has had the same experience, but so I was at a Teletech event a couple months ago, which they were like event promoter for techno music, and it was just really crazy experience. There was so many people getting rushed out by paramedics like through the crowd, and it's just like it's really worrying to see. It's really scary. Like I'm just trying to enjoy the music and then I'm thinking, oh my god, like what's happened to that person? Like I don't know what's going on. There's genuinely so many people that day and it was just crazy.
Yeah, and I think if that's happening, it kind of, I don't know about you, but that would ruin the experience as well because you're concerned about what's happening at that minute. You don't know what's going on and what you should do about it and how it might affect you. And that's just, again, not about the music then, is it?
Yeah, I think so many people now you can really notice when someone's there for the music or they're just going to do that type of stuff. Like you really notice it and it affects the atmosphere. It affects it just the crowd is so different when I'm not saying everyone has to be sober, like have a couple of drinks, whatever, but it's like it really ruins it when people are just really, really, really like messed up and it's the atmosphere is so different. It's scary to see when you're just surrounded by people who are not fully there. It's really strange to see.
Yeah, and sometimes I mean the DJs like have to stop the set to get these people out. So then it really is affecting the whole night.
Yeah, definitely. At New Year's Eve, I was at the warehouse in Leeds. That happened there, and I'm like, I couldn't see anything, so I didn't know what was going on. I just know the music was stopped, so I knew something was happening, but I didn't know what. And yeah,
Yeah, I mean with Teletech, I've seen a lot on TikTok recently about the controversial things that have happened like surrounding drugs. And I think in 2023 and 2024, over like a 7 month period, there were 3 deaths that were all suspected to be related with drugs. And I mean, there was a lot of like controversy talking about it on social media and the safety involved in these raves, sorry, and what they were doing to support people and stop drugs coming in. But they did launch a campaign which was like drug safety checks with Loop, I believe. But I think nowadays a lot more festivals and concerts and artists, like where you go, the gigs, they offer like drug testing and there are the safety precautions. I mean, when you go to Beaverworks, they properly pat you down and stuff, making sure you don't have anything on you.
yeah, definitely. I think like a lot of raves that I've been to, like in the bathrooms, they'll have posters like saying if you are gonna take them, like like safety measures if you are gonna take them. If you feel weird, like go to a paramedic, like and they just make it known that if you do go to a paramedic it's not like oh you're going to get in trouble because you've done this. It's just they're genuinely there to help you and make sure you're okay if you have took something and you're not okay. Like I think people are trying to I think it's hard to prevent it because you can't stop everyone from taking things in, but at least a lot of companies and events whatever are trying to support people who do decide to do that, and you can't stop everyone from going in with stuff.
Yeah, I that's the thing. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because I do think there's only so much you can do of like trying to stop it, but also saying that I've like everywhere I go, there's always you can just tell that there's someone that's been taking drugs or is under the influence,
Yeah,
and it's you know it's scary, and also it's like it's scary for them, it's scary for you, and should it be about like this at gigs? Like it should be more about the music, like why people going to see this music and trying to influence their experience before they're even there.
yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people regret it. I've spoken to a lot of people who are like, oh, I don't even remember that night. Like, and it's just like, why would you want to do that? Like, you've paid a lot of money to go there. me personally, I want to remember all of it. Like I don't know. I just think, why would you take it to the point you don't even remember the night? You don't even really know what's going on because you've taken things. It's really scary, and I think it ruins the experience for the DJ as well, because they've got to stop the set. They're worried about what's going on in the crowd. Like it just doesn't. It's not great for anyone.
Yeah. Did you know, actually, interesting fact, right? Ecstasy, um, it was, you know how bars legally have to provide free water?
Yeah,
It was because I think it was in the 70s, ecstasy was like a massive thing, and there were so many people dying because ecstasy just completely dehydrates you,
I
and
re-
people are dying because they weren't having water. And then they made it a legal thing that you had to provide free drinking water in bars
yeah, yeah,
because of drugs. And that just shows the influence it's having on like music culture and just in social spaces.
yeah. They're having to change so much to make sure people are fine at their events, because otherwise they're gonna get blamed for it. And like, yeah, I just think though with Teletech, obviously there's only so much they can do, but I think they kind of contradict themselves a lot. Like, I'm pretty sure there was a DJ who was under their label or like something to do with Teletech, and they released like merch with like jumpers with like, I can't remember what it was said, but it was drug related, and it was like how, like, you're basically promoting drugs by releasing merch like that, and I just think it's really strange to do something like that. And also, I don't know if you've seen him, but there's some guy on TikTok called Gary Nater. Don't know if you've heard of him. Very strange. So he just is always under the influence, like always. He goes to an event every weekend, which, like, yeah, but don't do all that. But and especially posting it online, like, I just think it's crazy to post it online. And he got guest listed for one of Teletech's events, and I'm just thinking, like, they've got the campaign, they're doing everything they can to prevent it, but then you're guest listing a creator on social media who that's all he posts about, and it's, I've seen a lot of people like very disappointed in like the company, because it's just quite, it's contradicting what they're trying to do, and you're making it seem like it isn't just about the music, like it's not how it should be.
Yeah, and you're kind of glorifying the drug
Yeah,
use. And as this person has such a social presence, and you're doing it on in a social way, I don't understand it. It's the hypocrisy of it, because you're saying one thing, you're really trying to like build like a safer environment for people to rave, and then you go doing that. So I don't understand what their mindset with that would be, especially after launch campaign, sorry, for anti-drugs.
it's really strange.
Yeah.
And even with like DJs now, you see a lot of DJs who are literally performing to thousands, however many people, and they, you can tell they've taken stuff, and it's it's just like, at the end of the day, you wouldn't see a normal person going to work under the influence of anything. So I don't see the difference with DJs being able to do that and being able to get away with it, because how are you doing a set and being on drugs? Like, at the end of the day, people have paid to come see you, and your set might not be as good if you're under the influence of things. And I know Ben Hemsley, I think it was in 2024, he released a few statements, speaking about how he used to be like heavily addicted to drugs, and it affected his work, it affected his personal life. And he just said, like, any upcoming DJs, upcoming producers, like, just stay sober. And he said he thinks it's like marketing now to try and relate to younger audiences, because so many people are taking drugs.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to sets before where the DJs are blatantly doing drugs in front of you, which you
Yeah,
think is crazy, because why would you be doing it in the first place? And then two, why are you doing it in front of the audience? And like, you think some of the top DJs get paid like £400,000 like an hour, and how, not saying that they're the ones doing it, but to how much you're getting paid to Like, surely you'd think your professionalism is on the line if you're doing drugs, and it's going to affect your set. And it's not just that, like, the audience have, like, it's your image. Like, you're doing this in front of people that respect you, like your music. They've paid to come to your gig or your event, and you're doing drugs, like, whilst running it. Like, also, do people want to follow people that create music that do that? Like, is that right?
Yeah, it's, and I think it influences people who are going to see them then to do it, because they're looking up to these DJs, and then they're thinking, oh, if they're doing it, then can't be that bad. Maybe like I should try it. Maybe I should make my experience better. But at the end of the day, it doesn't.
No, I think the whole thing is a vicious circle because you've got the influence, like, from the audience to the DJ by, like, tailoring the music to that, and then they're getting in this circle of, oh yeah, well, I'm going to do drugs as well. That's like my image, and then the
Yeah,
audience then doing it, and newer audiences are doing it. So it's just a vicious circle. Like, where does it end?
yeah, completely. I think as much as you can't prevent everyone from doing it, there needs to be something better to come along to fix the issue, because it's really not great. But yeah.
I think, yeah, just maybe more campaigns and DJ speaking out about it too, I think.
I think, because I think when I seen Ben Hensley's statement, I seen a lot of people. There was a lot of mix of opinions, like people being like, "Oh, like just spoiling everyone's fun," that type of thing. But I think a lot of people, it does make a lot of people come to the senses when someone you look up to is saying, "Don't do it." Like, there's no reason for you to do it. I think it does help people if DJs are coming out and saying that it's like you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess this is where social media is a blessing sometimes, is
Yeah,
that they can do it in such a public way.
yeah, definitely. But anyway, so we'll be doing a segment every week called Skip or Save, and on the theme of Teletech and DJs, I chose 3 techno songs for Maisie to have a listen to, and she's going to tell me whether she'll skip or save them. So my first song is Direct It to the Roof by Isaiah.
I really like this song, so I'm gonna say save it because I think it was really upbeat and fun. There's lyrics in it, so say you, I don't know, didn't listen to much techno and you're like house music, girl music, or like whatever music, you can easily go into this and it's repetitive, so you can sing it as well. But it's
Yeah,
nice that there's lyrics to the song.
yeah. I mean, I would save all of these songs, but I agree.
You're not biased at all, are you?
Next on, Favorite Game by, I don't actually know how you pronounce this, but I think it's Odamel.
I really like this song because it's quite nostalgic. Like, I think it's upbeat nostalgia because is it the Cardigans that do it?
Yeah,
The original song. Yeah, and it's kind of like a remix of the Cardigan song. So, especially again, if you're not into techno music, it's quite a good way to get into it because it's upbeat, it's got the rhythm to it, but also it's got music that you would know. And so, I don't know, it's more familiar.
yeah. I think a lot of techno DJs have been going into that recently as well. Like, I know I went to see Winston at Factory International the other week, and it's all like remixes of like white girl music. Like, it was great. Like, I think it just gets people more involved when you can have a little sing from time to time as well.
I think it's quite clever though that how they managed to do that because it kind of shows that music, it doesn't matter what it is. Like, you think like house is usually like mixes of like like mainstream songs. Like, you can do anything
Yeah,
with a song.
this one's a bit quite different to the others. This is Jungle Boy by Alex Pharrell.
Don't hate me, but I think I will skip it. Only because I think like the rhythm and the kind of beat towards it is very similar to other songs. Like, it's kind of just recycled. Also, there are no lyrics in it, which is not like essential, but it does just feel like recycled music that you've like heard in other songs. Like, it's nothing special.
Yeah, no, I completely get that. I also think, like, I've said this so many times to my friends as well who aren't really into techno music. I think if you play it on your phone and it's just loud noise, like, I completely understand if people don't enjoy it. I think though, when you do go to a techno event, the atmosphere, I think, is one of the main things of techno music, to be honest. The atmosphere is just amazing. It's so good.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, isn't it? It's more about the experience than anything.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Right. So every week we'll be here doing this podcast, talking about different grassroots artists and events. So make sure you check in every week.
And if you want to see some techno music tonight, I know Isaiah is playing at the Warehouse today, which is actually quite a small venue, so it will be a really good experience to see a DJ, quite a big DJ in such a small space, and I'll be there, so I'm excited.